Sports Frenzy family, good night everyone. Welcome to another Sports Frenzy podcast. I'm your host. The partner with me tonight I have Kims, and I have the man that, as I said before, this man is not from Manningsville, and this man calls himself Mannings man, but he's affectionately called I am sure because this man is sure about a lot of things that he's not actually sure about. So I can tell this much that this man actually went to Godfrey Stewart High.
Brother, where are the brother?
But this man is a man that he knows a lot of sports, man. And as I keep on telling you guys, you can go over there and check out his channel at I Am Sure Sports. Talks about a lot of Jamaica football, including the Jamaica Premier League. And as most people who don't know, tomorrow will be the semifinals in the Jamaica Premier League between four teams that have earned the rights to go there: Cavaliers, Tivoli Garden, um, Mount Pleasant, and Waterhouse. And as I always say, you know that I'm a man from St. Anne, so I'm definitely bringing Mount Pleasant to win it. Nobody else but Mount Pleasant because they are the best combined team right now. Run through a team and how a team supposed to be run. You talk about Mount Pleasant from youth to how they organize everything. I just love what they do over there, man. But otherwise, I'm that just go over there to Manning's Man channel, man, because as I said this man has a
Hey,
lot of people over there, including Rudolph Speed. I saw Rudolph Speed on his channel the other day, man, and I was like, yeah. And I went over there and I was beating up a lot of Manning's Man commenters, but that's how it goes. But we're here to look at some English Premier League tonight because tomorrow is a big weekend in the Premier League, and it gets no bigger than Chelsea taking on Manchester City at 6:30 a.m. Jamaica time tomorrow morning. What we have become accustomed to so far since Thomas Tuchel has taken over Chelsea is that he has Pep as his whipping boy. So everywhere he bucks Pep, he beats Pep. But could it be a case where, as a man growing up, reach a point where when I get too much beaten, you're tired of it now. So it's just time for just stop get beaten. So could tomorrow be the day that Pep say, hey, you beat me enough. My ball patch is getting more and more deeper. So no more scratching of my head and all of that. So Kems, I think tomorrow will be the day that Pep will get a one over Tuchel.
all right. So if City is to win the game, it won't be because of Pep. It really won't be because of Pep. It will just really be up to individual quality of the players. I actually have. I remember I spoke to you. I think it was yesterday, or the day before, when I told you, say, I'm going to bet City to win. I'm betting City because City not losing this game. So I believe that when you watch even the Champions League finals last season, I think City could have win that game. I think City could have win that game easily. Manning's man. I think City could have win that game, but I think Pep, when he's playing against when he's playing big games against big teams, I think he tends to overthink a lot. And try to implement some stuff that doesn't need implementing. Instead of just playing. Sometimes them always when I was in the military, them always tell me keep it simple, stupid. All right, that's what Pep need for this sometimes. But Pep always a try overcomplicate. Now play a forward. Now I see Kevin De Bruyne a strike and all kind of little things they do. So I think tomorrow is a thing where Man City. I think they're definitely disappointed of the Southampton result, especially one shot on target win at the 89 or one of them like that is unacceptable for a championship caliber team. And I know they spend 100 million on Jack Grealish. This is why. These are the games where Jack Grealish must show up, where he must unlock that stingy Chelsea defense. Because let me tell you, at Chelsea, before they play Tottenham, they've been getting the results, but they haven't been impressed. Well, at least for me, they haven't been impressing me as when they started the season, like the first game, first two games. But again, Zenit, they weren't impressive, but they got the result. But Tottenham, they gave them a 3-0 whopping. So now this game, I think it's going to be a tightly contested game. Obviously, I think, as always, Man City will have all the possession or most of the possession. And I think Chelsea will be comfortable leaving them with the possession. I think Chelsea is disciplined enough to allow them to do that. But I think Man City will take their chances, and I think they'll win 2-1.
Okay, before I go to my next one, here's Jason in the comment section saying that as a United fan, I'd want this game to draw. Least likely result for me is for Chelsea to win. I absolutely agree with your boss. But Manningsman, Kim's just mentioned about that game that Chelsea played against Tottenham. But personally for me, I think Chelsea only played one half of football in that game, to be honest. Because in that first half, Tottenham absolutely bossed it. It was because of faulty finishing why they never got anything out of that game. No, Thomas Tuchel saw what the issue was from the first half. Immediately after him, he pulled out Mason Mount and in came N'Golo Kante, and the complexion of the game just changed entirely. You have been impressed by Chelsea because you said you have them as the favorite to win the title. No, on the other hand, you said that you're not necessarily impressed by City. No, Tuchel has beaten Pep 3 times across 3 different competitions. Could you see that streak broken tomorrow? Will it continue?
Uh, I think at some point Pep is going to get one up on him. I don't think this is the week, and I don't think this is the time. I think the City team normally takes a while to get into their own. I don't think he has found a way yet to I don't think he has found a way yet to integrate his better players with Jack Grealish. I think they're still working, like it's still a work in progress for me. They are looking better, but I don't see them consistently breaking down Chelsea, and their centre back play is very suspect for me. And I'm very intrigued to see how they're going to match up against Lukaku. I think he could be the defining factor in this game. And so if I had a choice, I would say like this is going to be a very close 1-0 game. Um, because I don't see City breaking down Chelsea defensively, especially if Conte plays. They look that this good, but as the City team gels and get into their own, I could see them like probably in the second round. But right now, I think they're Pep is still figuring out what do I do with Jack Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden. Like what do I do with Mahrez? How do I play all of these people? I'm not playing with any centre forward. Who do I like? I think that is if City had the Hurricane, I would give it. If they had the Haaland, like this was not having a centre back against Chelsea. I don't think it's going to work.
You mean
Okay,
as you mean
center
I mean
forward.
I
Huh?
think you mean as
Center
you mean as
forward, I mean.
Right. Sorry, a centre forward.
all
Sorry.
right. All right,
Yeah.
Manningsman. So I mean, would you agree that Man City is a better attacking team than Tottenham? Would you agree?
Yeah.
Would you agree that Man City is a better attacking team than Aston Villa?
Yes.
All right. So I'm asking those questions to say that you know those teams created great chances against this same Chelsea defense, right? Great chances. It's faulty finishing why Aston Villa couldn't get a result against Chelsea, and obviously faulty finishing why Tottenham couldn't get a result against said Chelsea. So why is it that now? Why is it that now with all of that you're still because remember the only new person to the puzzle, is Jack Grealish. These are the puzzle and only new piece are Jack Grealish. And I can't see how you say, oh, am I gonna struggle? Like Pep is a brilliant coach. Sometimes he's too.
I said. So you believe that City is going to break Chelsea down?
I believe that the same way how Aston Villa and Tottenham were able to create chances, I don't see why Man City can't create similar chances or even better chances. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So they are
Good
going to.
point.
So City will create chances.
Yes, City will, and they will capitalize on them, and they will
Okay.
No, but,
definitely.
but, but Kems,
Okay. I'm
stick up
too.
in Kems. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to defend Manningsman here. Remember that he pointed out that they lack a striker. He said that they lack a centre forward. So in that aspect, he's looking at it and probably saying they will create chances. However, there will be nobody to finish them.
So all right. So last season when they won the league, they had a centre forward.
So, but
Um,
we're not talking. What this is what I
No,
don't
no,
want to.
No,
you just ask a question. I'm going to respond, and you're telling me.
It's a different season, different
No, let me
players.
stop you. You just ask a question. I'm going to answer you, and you're telling me no. So you answer the question.
It's not a rhetorical question, Manning.
All
See,
right.
go
So
ahead, man.
let me answer you. I'm not measuring City based on the league. I'm measuring them against Chelsea. And what I've seen of Chelsea since the start of the season, and what I've seen in of City since the start of the season, and what I've seen of City since the start of the season is a difficulty scoring with all of the attractive play. I also see City have vulnerability in their centre back position.
True.
I don't think that they're like Ake can't mark Lukaku.
but
Listen,
why?
Manning, I can play like a Aki.
And all right, so say he doesn't start. Say Ruben Diaz marks him. What happened? What?
Ruben Diaz, I think I'm not saying he's going to. All right, so when they're playing against Lukaku, right? This is my personal opinion. When they're playing against Lukaku, you only really need to have 60% because 40% he might go trip up himself and do film like a foolishness. Him do miss goals, him do miss control, him do all of that, right? So as a defender now, say Lukaku are gonna do that. I believe Ruben Diaz is one of the best defenders. A lot of people give him flack, say this, that. I believe he's one of the best defenders.
What Lukaku does, if you have watched Lukaku's career, what he does, he preys on the weak of the two centre backs.
Okay. True. All right.
So
then
he's going to find himself in position where Ake will have to mark him.
All right, and then a coach like Pep now. A coach like Pep. You believe Pep will allow that Ake to mark Lukaku?
So what? That's what I'm saying to you. I'm telling you, they did this against Arsenal. They're going to do it. Hold on. They do it against Tottenham. Here's what they're going to do. Because remember, centre backs at the end of the day play on one side. Either you're on the left or on the right. If Ruben Diaz is playing the right side of the centre back, Lukaku is going to go on the other side.
All right, hold on a second now, Mannings, man. And
yeah,
you're being critical of Kems about his debate on the radio the other day, It seems like Kems has lost it a bit because I heard you talking about Lukaku, this Lukaku, that Lukaku don't perform in a big games. I expect Kems to say that because Kems is one that normally beat this man for big games. And Kems, why you so relaxed, man?
Which one of the Lukaku you're talking?
The Lukaku at the same
but
Lukaku
he scored in big games. He has scored in big games since he has come into the Premier League.
Which big game?
Against Arsenal.
Oh boy.
Hey, here
what? All right, hold on. What is a big game? So playing against Arsenal is not a big game.
The top teams.
Oh, so Arsenal is not a top team.
No. Since when? When last?
So what? All right. So hold on. All right. I'm going to use your argument. Which top team has he played against since the start of the season?
The start of the season?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Liverpool.
So how are you going? So are you going to judge?
With acceptance of Liverpool.
All right. So he played against.
Did he score against Liverpool? No, he didn't.
He didn't score against Spurs.
And if you want, all right. Since as you want to count it as,
go ahead.
Go on.
No, I remember that the only top team he has played is against Liverpool. Did they play Liverpool with 10 man for most of that game?
Fact remains they didn't score.
No, did he play? Did they play? Oh my! Come on!
No matter you want to quote it, he never scored against them.
No, but because
hey, Mannings, man, and I saw Anthony Henry make a good case. If they are really fair, I think Timo will be.
Timo Werner will be the biggest test.
Timo gonna be a bigger story than Lukaku in that game. Like Lukaku got frustrated tomorrow morning. I'm frustrated with himself. Miss control, miss easy goal, miss easy chance.
Kim, let me ask you. So who you picking to win?
I already did. Man City 2-1. Alright, Mannings, man.
You're the same Kems who told me that Burnley was going to beat me, Just want to remember.
And you screw up with 1-0, remember? Hey, but listen to me.
You keep on slip up doing the Kems because the man does kick you. Why not tell the man the same one as the Christian never go score against the team we play against?
Mannings, man, listen to me. Mannings, man, let us make a bet. Let us make a little. I know it's not a betting, a money betting, man, but we could have a little wager right here. Right? Man City win tomorrow, right? If Man City win tomorrow, On our next show, I want to see it in a Manchester United Cristiano Ronaldo jersey. And if Man City don't win, or if Chelsea win, you can tell me where you want to bet me.
Brethren,
Since
what one thing one thing you're not going to get me to do is to wear anything that has Manchester United on it. I'm not even thinking about that bet.
okay.
I'm not wearing anything. Listen, if I'm homeless and naked, brother, and you give me a Manchester United shirt, I'm not wearing it.
Okay, so the producer in the background telling me that Lukaku has played 65 times against top 6 teams and has only scored 16 goals against them.
No, remember, I brought up all of this when he was going to play against Arsenal, right? At the start of the season, that he never scored against Arsenal until that point, right? So that changed. The Liverpool game, they were down to 10 men. So I'm going to excuse that.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that, listen, you guys convinced me when the Arsenal game was being played that this is a different Lukaku. All of a sudden, he's playing Manchester City. Kems is trying to convince me and the producer that the one that came out against Arsenal has
Arsenal is not a top 6 side. That's what we're getting at. When last have you finished in top 6?
Huh?
When last have Arsenal finished inside the top 6?
When last have Manchester United won a title? A trophy?
Come with that. I ask you a question. Debate the mood that is put forward. Don't come go after.
It's a debate.
Focus.
A couple of seasons we have missed out.
Okay, say no more. You love draft for Man United reference, eh?
Well, I'm talking against.
We're talking about top 6. Arsenal is not a current top 6. Right? They should be though, but they are top 6 based on value and money.
No, let me say this to you, Mr. Producer. I will say this to you. In England, there are only 2 teams in English football that sits above Arsenal.
I know that.
Manchester United and the United.
Yeah, that's true. But,
only 2 teams. So I don't argue those things.
That's why I said they are
I will say this
based on market value, based on their wealth and their current what's it called? The current ranking in the rich list.
I understand that. Performance wise.
Well,
you guys haven't seen top 6 now, but we're not talking about.
We're talking about City versus Chelsea.
Exactly. It's you drafting the Man United reference, so I have to just give you a small kick, man. But I just, as Akil said, I just think that
Mannings, man, tell Levon
Verna against Diaz would be a bit. Go again, Kims.
He's not hearing you. He says he's not hearing you, Levon.
I hear Mannings, man, but I not hear him.
He's lying, Levon.
Kims, log out and log in, but.
I try to come out and come back in.
But Mannings, man, I think when it would be a better matchup to be honest. Diaz against Verna. I think Diaz against Verna would be a way better.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That is what is going to happen, Levon. They're going to play.
Kims, hear me now? Kims, hearing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So okay. I think that's what they're going to do because center backs generally play on either the right or the left. And they're going to match them up that way. That team of Werner goes up against the slower Diaz, and Lukaku goes up against the shorter Ake. And I think
it depends because I see Laporte in training as well, so and Stone. So we don't know who, because if there's one thing I've become accustomed to, is not just think Pep Guardiola when it comes on to team selection. This week this one started and then I see a totally different 11. But we move on, and the next game tomorrow morning is at 6:30 a.m. and it will be between Manchester United and Aston Villa. Now I'm going to start with you, Manningsman. First up, Leon Bailey is reported to be out of this fixture because of a thigh injury, I think it was said. So that within itself is a setback for Aston Villa because you know that majority of what they have done in the past couple of games has happened through Liam Bailey. Now with him being out, how do you see this one going this time around?
Man, I am picking Manchester United to win. By 3 goals to 0. Cristiano Ronaldo to score again. I think Rashford is going to score.
Rashford not playing
He's not coming back. I thought he was
after
going to.
after the international break.
Uh all right. So I would pick. Yeah. Well, Greenwood going to score, and I think Lingard going to score again.
Okay.
That's my pick.
Uh,
Because I don't like you have these teams, and Leicester is one of those teams. Aston Villa one of those teams that generally when they have a good season, it always is followed up by a bad season. You saw when Leicester won the title, they had a bad season. You see, they had a good season last year. They start like these teams. They always have this cycle of having a good season, then a bad season, and
they're like a yo-yo up and down.
yeah.
But
So
okay. So Kems, looking at this fixture, right?
Mhm.
Now I'm seeing a stat that United has won 18 out of the last 21 games against Aston Villa, both home and away.
Mhm.
If there's one thing that we have been being accustomed to as well is Ole selecting his starting 11. It has been up and down. However, with his favorite partnership back and fit, we know that we're going to see McFred tomorrow. Now, my $1 million question to you is that would you continue to persist with Paul Pogba on the left-hand side of the attacking trident, knowing that people said that he's effective out there. Some said they prefer to see him central because when he's central, he's more into the game. He can pull a pass from anywhere. As I said, this is a man that they scratch out sometime when they see 11, but tomorrow I think I can just name out 11. I believe it will be David De Gea, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Rafael Varane, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, McTominay and Fred, Pogba, Bruno, Greenwood, and Christie. I believe that will be the 11 tomorrow. Now, with that being said, do you think that Solskjaer will think like me and start that 11?
For sure, I know I believe he's going to start at 11. I think it was Manning's man who came on and he said that he himself said that he'd like to see when Pogba play from the middle instead of on the left because obviously he's more influential in the game, and I agree with him. I mean, as a world class footballer, I would say that you should be able to perform anywhere you're asked to on the team, right? But I believe in the middle of the pitch, I believe Pogba is more into the game, both offensively and defensively. Him get more touches, from the defense, him collect it, and then him pass it on to the forward and so, and he's into the game, into the flow of the game. When him out on the left and so, sometimes him look a bit lost, look a bit uninterested. So I would prefer Pogba there, but with our coach's favorite partnership, I really don't see that happening. But Manchester United really need to bounce back because during the Champions League, they were the only English team to lose. Only. During this EFL Cup, they were the only Premier League team to get knocked out, right? So we're
Well,
on a
they
bad
weren't.
run right
They
now.
no,
weren't.
they weren't.
They
Was it
weren't. Well,
Aston Villa?
yeah, Aston Villa and Wolves actually got knocked out as well, but
No,
we're
when I
talking
say
about
my
big
bad.
teams. Big
My
teams.
man, the big teams we're talking about, big teams, right? They were the only big team, right? So I believe right now Manchester United really need to come back and show a dominant performance. And I believe Leon Bailey not playing, can probably, I believe would win either way, but for some reason when Leon Bailey comes onto the pitch, Aston Villa get a piece of spark. I don't know where it come from,
True.
but they get a spark. So with him not there, I believe that spark will be missing. But for some reason, Manchester United like to make games harder than they need to be. So I think Man U will win. I give it a 2-1 victory.
Let
All
me
right,
just add this. Listen, for me personally, I think when Manchester lose, it's more coaching errors or player errors than teams being like outplaying them or being like way better than them.
facts.
And so I think if the coach can um, you know, just add something to his tactical awareness, then some of these losses could have been drawn games or even victories.
But
But I don't see Aston Villa unless there's like a ridiculous mistake like what Jesse Lingard, like they beat themselves through poor decision by player, like how they got the red card. Lingard, you understand? Are the coach just making some poor
But
tactical? Yeah,
good point, because even the last game that I lost was against West Ham. You only made one mistake, you know. You know what was the mistake? Playing that man that wears the nine that don't know to fire the nine. That was the only mistake that was made in that game. Because at no point in time Anthony Martial's a number nine. That man need to leave Manchester United because
yeah.
he's just sucking up a big wage and boy, as I put up for sale, and if you give me $10 million fee right now, me take it. I'll just suffer the
Uh,
consequences.
I
But
saw, I think I saw a stat that said, in an interview from the coach as well. I think it said Manchester United had one clean sheet in 15 games, 14 games, something like that, right? So they were asking the coach about it, and this sometimes I don't think this coach has a lot of pride. He's saying, well, clean sheet. This is I'm paraphrasing. Oh, this is the story. I prefer my team to score 4 or 5 goals and win 4-5-1 than to win a 1-0
what's
game
wrong
and
with
stuff.
that?
Huh?
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong? Let me tell you what's wrong with that for me, right? Because you see, when you put something out there like that, I believe you're sending the wrong message because there's not
Okay,
going to be because on every game you can drop 4-1 and 5-1. There's going to be
that is
games
true. That is
there's going
true.
to be there's going to be games where you have to grind out. And based on the mentality what me I see this coach and what I'm basically I say is, oh, clean sheet don't matter. And he must say, oh, I know there's a new partnership with Varane and Maguire. Okay, cool. But still, I want to see more pride from. I don't want my coach saying
So
that.
Kems,
I want
you grew up with the most successful manager ever in United history, right? In Sir
yes,
Alex Ferguson.
yes.
Was that a man that pride himself on keeping clean sheets, or he was more about outscoring his opponents?
All right, good. But guess what, Alex? Guess what Alex was doing? He was winning. He was winning trophies. He was
Yeah.
winning trophies and
So
winning a
on.
lot of
So
them.
hold on. So if this man start to win trophy, you just throw your argument right through out the window.
No, no, I'm not saying that. But right now, what I say, Levon, is right now, a coach that has made so many blunders. I don't think you have the pedigree right now for come and say, "Oh, clean sheet doesn't matter." No, no, more you show a little bit more pride in yourself and say, you know what, definitely this is something that we'll look into, and we're definitely going to pay more attention to the defensive side of the ball and stuff. Because
Yeah,
the goalkeepers and the defense they take pride in the clean sheet. So I don't want
true.
my coach to come out and say that.
yeah. But the truth is, clean sheet doesn't matter when you're winning.
True.
It doesn't matter if I give you 10-1 and 9-1 and 8-1 and 6-1 5-1, like I'd rather score 6 goals for one, and than have a clean sheet. One love.
All
Okay.
right, but okay, let's one really quick level on. But so Manny's man, when let's say we are playing a team like again, this is for me. I just want my coach to send a different message. Say we're playing a team like a Liverpool, a Chelsea. We're not giving those teams no 6-1.
Four
No,
three. Say it and 3-2. 3-2. You
you
win.
go on, you
You
go
win.
on.
3-2. You win.
James,
Answer that.
as long as you're winning, clean sheet doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
It doesn't matter.
All
Yeah,
right,
that is
boy.
truth. But Mannings, before we move on, I'm just going to ask you the final question in regards to this game. No, we are seeing a lot of dubious calls this season against Manchester United, where in the last two games that they have
Against
played,
Manchester United. Don't worry.
Yes, sir.
correct.
Just trust me. They're going to appoint Mike Dean, your
No, man,
favorite.
no, man. Let's just focus on what has already happened. We don't know what will happen in the future, but um, I've seen where the coach himself was annoyed about it. He said that in the last two games that we have played, we should have at least gotten 3 penalties.
Yeah, there
Do you
was a
think
penalty
that?
against Ronaldo for real. I mean, at
And
least one of
also,
them. One of them, at least one was a penalty. I'm not a Man United fan, but that's just the truth. But
and what is also
I
being
can
said is that
I
from
can
from a
tell you
particular
I can tell you about that though because I remember David Luiz like blew at the Wolves player and they were given a penalty. So and a red card. So
so what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm
But go
saying though,
ahead.
Mannings, man, the coach came out and he said that from a particular coach came out in the media and started to talking about the penalties that were being given and all of that. Since then, the penalties for United has somewhat dried up. Now, it leads you to ask a question. If you have a team filled with attacking players who we could say skillful, don't you think that at some point in time you're going to win penalties?
I mean, I guess it depends on what defenders you're playing against. No matter how skillful the players are, if you're playing against competent defenders, there's no guarantee that you're going to win penalty. What I
At
will
some point
say,
you will.
well, what I will say is that Manchester United, sadly, has always been one of those teams that, for whatever reason, people believe that they always get these very dubious calls, right? It's kind of funny now that it seems like it is turning, but like there's a problem. But I do agree that I think the West Ham game,
Yeah.
to give West Ham that penalty after denying Manchester United 2, like it just never looked. It looked like there was more to it than awarding or not awarding penalty,
Man,
because
let's
it just never
go
made sense.
and beat Martin Atkinson, man. Martin Atkinson must go ref down a championship. But
Yeah,
we move on from United now, and
yeah.
we're not going to look at the other fixtures that
I
are
think we're
more.
talking about Aston Villa still, You just somehow found a way back to Manchester
Mannings, man.
United.
You notice what is on my shirt? You see the badge? But let's now look at Leicester taking on Burnley, two teams that are desperately in need of points. And when I say desperate, I mean desperate. Both have started the season in awful fashion. As I believe those Kenzo brought it up in regards to James Madison. That man looks uninterested in football. He thought that he wanted to play as a number 8, box to box and all of that, but
You wanted to go to
as far as it seems to me,
And
he
then
seems like
to bench the
he
bench.
has been he has been put into a box because he wanted to go to Arsenal and that never matriculated. I can't see why a man would be upset that he never go to a club like Arsenal. Come on. Mannings, man, start it off.
Listen, this game is going to be drawn.
Who?
It's not going to be at Turf Moor. I think it's going to be at Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I see this being a 1-1, a 1-1 tie. I don't know. Like, I don't trust this Leicester coach. Brendan Rodgers. Like, he's one of those coach that like, he's very unpredictable. The man is like they do something sometimes you wonder, like, where did that come from? He's like the soul share, like they have some cap, some hat somewhere, and they just wake up one night and they pull something out of it and say, "Padang! Tomorrow here I come, take this." And that if it works out, yeah, you know what? I pull that out of the hat. What do you think? Sometimes you wonder, like, where did you? Yeah. So right. So I don't trust him. Right. I trust Sean was it? I trust the Burnley coach more.
Oh, Sean
So
Dyche?
And
yeah,
dice.
because they do the same thing every single week. I'm telling you, right? So I trust him. I'm not sure what Brendan Rodgers is going to
Yeah.
do, and and
Yeah.
and so I think, like, they're going to tie this game, especially because they lost to Arsenal at home last week, and yeah. So I'm picking a 1-1.
Okay. Kim, what do you say about that?
So I'm kind of in a part agreement with Manning's, man. Like, when I'm watching teams, right? When I'm watching teams, there's I want to see a team that knows what they're doing. Like Burnley, you always know where from Burnley. You always know where from Brentford. Leicester is week to week. Depends if does the coach have a fever? Does he feel good
Let's
in
say a
fatigue this morning?
mood swings.
All them kind of things.
Let's say it's mood swings.
With a lot of mood swings, bipolar, this, right? So, but with that being said, boy, Burnley I let me down, and I already picked Burnley to go down there. I already picked Burnley to go down in the championship. So, I think it's going to be one of those games where Leicester just going to surprise us and they're actually going to look like they want to play football because they haven't seen it yet this season. You know, they're actually going to look like they want to play football, and I think they'll get. If it was at turf more, then I'll say, boy, Burnley could have probably get a 1-0 victory. But you know, it being playing a Leicester home, I definitely think that Leicester will win 2-1.
Okay. Demo, I know that you're not the biggest AC of Brendan Rodgers, but he has looked awful this season. Is there a way back up for him? Because people keep on saying that you normally start off the season hot, and when it matters most, he falls off. Now we are seeing the reverse. Or is it something that they should take into consideration that it's something serious?
All right, good night, everybody. Big up everybody in the comment section. I mean, like you said, I've followed Brendan Rodgers for a while, and there's no coming back for him, boss. Brendan Rodgers will not. You remember when we made the predictions? I said this is the season that Leicester City will finally crack the top four, and it's not looking good. And I said from ever since, with Sionchu playing this badly, it's not going to help Rogers at all. Like what happened to Patson Daka? Like all this hype for Daka, and I don't know what's
That's
happening.
started.
Yeah, I know. Ian not just scored the other day, so I guess he's in good form. And I don't see Leicester City winning the game. I'm going for a draw.
Hey,
So Kems, you're the only one that has picked a win so far.
I'm the only one. Well, because Leicester hot and cold, and I just think I think that they'll be hot tomorrow. But I want to talk about Madison because I remember there was this argument between Madison and Grealish, where a lot of persons were saying Madison way better than Grealish and how Grealish make England side and Madison don't make it and all them kind of stuff. Then, but as you say, I'm not sure if it's because he didn't get to go to Arsenal why he's probably sabotaging the club. I don't know what he's doing, but
But why would you
that
have Arsenal, really?
I mean, if with that team they got troll Arsenal today, but as we telling you before. The Arsenal name is very prestigious, So
Yeah,
people,
it is.
people always are going to want to play for Arsenal. Them always are going to want to play for Arsenal, no matter what, And I believe that have a lot to do with it. And probably him figure out that Brandon Rodgers can coach, even though I not think Arteta that much better. But hey, who knows?
Who is worse? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Brendan Rodgers, or Arteta?
Tie,
Arteta by far.
tie.
Yeah, I think it's a three-way tie.
But let's move on and look at two teams again that, well, not necessarily need because Everton has done well so far, but being at home last week, they definitely need to bounce back. Norwich now, they're the one that is desperate, desperate, desperate. At the foot of the table, I've conceded so many, and boy, if there's one thing that Kim sucks at, it sucks at predicting that Norwich would stay up in this league. I don't know where Kim's got this from, but I
Bro,
think Kems, you were smoking rum on that night, right?
no, bro, there's 33 games left in the league.
Oh
Why you,
boy.
why you, why you being a froggy? There's
That, that's
33
it-
games.
that's exactly why I predict them for go down because there's 33 more games.
But let's look at this though. Everton are without, I believe, 5 starting players. I know that Pickford is out, Richarlison is out, Calvert Lewin. I'm not sure who the two others were, but I saw two other names as well that are out of this fixture. No, the two best players for them this season so far has been, well, I want to say the two best because Alan has been low key very good for them as well. Defensive players generally don't get the props, but he has been low key very good for them. And you notice that even last season when they were actually doing well, Alan was an integral part. When he went down, that was when it started to go downhill for Everton. Now he has come back and it just seems like they look like the team that they were at the beginning of last season. However, Demari Gray and Andrew Townsend have done well for them playing on those wings, and they have both have upturned in their career. Norwich, as I said, they're desperate for a win. Demo, you think that tomorrow will be the turn for Norwich, or is just another L to right home?
And another L for Norwich coming up. After the disappointment of losing to QPR, I mean, I didn't think Everton played badly in that game versus QPR anyway. but penalties are penalties, you know what I mean? And as I said, Townsend is I don't know, a new lease of life for him, new lease of life for Demarai Gray. Norwich, I just think that they're stuck in the mud. I don't know what's happened to Pookie. I don't know if Cantwell can, drive the team forward by himself. It just doesn't look good for Norwich going forward. And so Everton will win this game comfortably. I'm going to go 3-1.
Okay. You know that we like to give a little statistics about teams. No, Everton is a team that has lost 3 times to the team at the foot of the table at home on 3 match days across different seasons. Now, with them having so much players out, do you think that tomorrow will be the day for them, Manningsman, that they'll get an L? Because to be honest, it's not a case as if Everton has been playing well. They have just gotten goals and they got results. No, Norwich on the other hand, they haven't looked good in there at all. Demo spoke about Todd Cantwell, but I mean, Todd Cantwell can't even get a starting berth, so I don't know if it's going to impact the game. So, how do you think this one will go, Mannings?
Yeah, I think I was going to bring up Todd Cantwell name because I think he needs to start. I don't know what is happening there, but I think he was very influential in the championship in the first part of the season when they got closer to promotion. I mean, this team qualified automatic. All right, scoring a lot of goals.
True.
It's kind of funny that coming up they had this Pookie scoring goals and they have come up again depending on him. And I think they made their buys in the wrong places. German coaches like to bring in German players, and say brought in a couple of Germans to strengthen the Norwich side. Farke, I think his name is.
What German did he brought in?
I'm going to tell you before it's done, but I'm going to give you. But he brought in
Hold on, man. Hold on, man.
producer check that.
Hold on.
Check it,
As
producer.
far as my memory can recollect, he never brought in any German whatsoever. Better you said he brought players from the German league.
Oh, from the German league.
Milat Rashika and Josh
Right.
Sargent are coming from the Bundesliga along with Ozan Kabak.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
from,
from
right.
that, no German came.
Yeah. Well, yeah, from the German league because Kabak was also was also at Liverpool last season, I think, and they got him. All right. And so my thing with Norwich is one of those teams that I think their plan is to come up and go down. I think that is how their club is designed to operate that way. All right. Now you remember that they sold Buendia as well, and they never replaced him.
Tried.
Well, they tried, but I mean, they never used that money, I think, to find a player in that place. And he was the most influential player in terms of creating chances for them. And if you take that player out, you take away all your chances. So really, I don't see them staying up, but I think tomorrow they're going to get a point at Everton at Goodison Park. I could see them playing like how they played at Arsenal and nick a goal and it ends 1-1 because Everton, Rafa Benitez seems like he has lost the plot already.
Inside job.
But Kems, you spoke about Benitez winning over the fans, and since then, boys, it's just up and down for him as well. So in that aspect, you think that tomorrow he'll get a double in the bank?
Well, remember, you gave some stats earlier. I have some stats to give as well. And I'm not talking about Benitez right now. I'm talking about my beloved Norwich team. All right. So let me ask Manningsman, because Manningsman is the oldest here. So let me ask you, Manningsman, what do you think was Norwich's biggest away win?
When?
Just tell me, what do you think their biggest away win was? Don't worry, it's rhetorical. It is 5-1, right? It is 5-1, and it happened 28 years ago, and it happened at Goodison Park, right? That's one. Remember, Everton are missing key players now, right?
So right. Why are you, Kim, sorry, why are you addressing me when I said Norwich going to win?
That's why I'm asking the question. I'm asking the question, man, to get ready for your tour.
So should you be asking Demo and who believe that Norwich going to lose?
He can't ask me that. There was my Liverpool C team just whip up Norwich.
All right. So, Mr. Host, let me ask you a question, Mr. Host. Right? When was Norwich last away win in the Premier League?
Long time ago.
It's a rhetorical question.
No, Mr. Host don't get rhetorical questions.
Wait, I'm gonna
So, Mr.
support.
Host, this was November. This was November 2019. Guess against who again?
Everton.
Everton again. And Everton are missing 5 players. So now I have no other choice than to go with history and to say that Norwich will find a way to once again beat Everton at Goodison Park and win 1-0.
So, Kevin, isn't that what I said?
Hey, man, I'm not pick for your boss.
All right. Next up tomorrow, we'll see two teams that plays. You could say fluent attacking football, but one has been on the downside of the result, and Kems has been a fraggy because just like how Kem said, there's 33 games to be played. He himself said that Leeds United will be relegated, so I don't know who is the froggy right there. And I know that if what I know from personal experience is that Marcelo Bielsa is a way superior coach to Daniel Farkas. So with that being said, West Ham looking to bounce back. Mikel Antonio back in the fold. They had a good win over United midweek in the cup. With that being said, let's see this one going, Kims.
All right. So, earlier we spoke about teams who will know exactly what they are going to do, right? And Leeds are one of those teams, right? Leeds will know exactly what they will come out to, know exactly what they're going to play. But I want to know, when are we going to? Because I know we like to call out the United players, the Arsenal players, the Smith Rose of the world. We like to call out some Liverpool players, some Chelsea players. But when are we going to call out? I hear a lot about Patrick Bamford and how he's great striker
I
and he's
think
going to
he's
be.
out tomorrow too, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he's out tomorrow.
What's wrong with him?
Some injury, I believe I saw.
Okay. Well, we need to put the APB off for Patrick Bamford because he has been non-existent in this season thus far. With that being said, you said the general coming back, right? All right. So with Antonio coming back, definitely, and West Ham beating the greatest Premier League team over in the EFL Cup. We don't want that baby cup. I think West Ham will ride that momentum, and I think they'll definitely beat Leeds. I don't see anything from Leeds this season that I can look at and say, apart from Rafinha, because Rafinha played a blunder for game against United, but after that he has really stepped up in quality. But apart from Rafinha, I don't see anybody else who I can say, all right, this person, that person. That's just me personally. So I think West Ham will beat Leeds. I think the game will be exciting, but at the end, West Ham class will show, and I think they'll beat Leeds 3-1.
Okay, Demo.
This game just screams draw to me. It screams a high scoring draw. I think that Leeds has a lot of pace, especially adding Dan James. He might be a pace merchant, but I expect him to cause problems for the wing backs of the right and left back of West Ham, Kufal and who play left back Chriswell. So whichever side he's on, I expect that they will give them trouble. Rafinha and James. I don't know if Jack Harris will be playing or starting in the game, but I expect that they will give a lot of problems to the left and the right back for West Ham. Just I don't know where the goals are going to come from, but I expect that. And
Demo, quick question.
uh-huh.
Quick question, Demo. I need some education from you real quick. So I don't know if you have watched Dan James play against the same left and right backs for West Ham when he's playing for Manchester United. So are you saying that because he's in a new system that is more tailored to his offensive prowess, that's why he'll go ahead and take over, or I'm
That's
not?
exactly what I'm saying. You don't have to say another R. If you know the answer to the question, you never need to ask me. That's exactly what I'm saying. Better coach, better system, and Leeds
Better.
attacking system will definitely help Dan James and help him move forward. So I expect that, but I also expect West Ham to score because they're on a high, and I just think that it's at Leeds, right? So I think the Ellen Road crowd will just help push Leeds on, and I think it will be a 2-2 draw.
Okay, Manning's one. Your scoreline for this one.
Yeah, I'm picking Leeds to win because it's at Ellen Road, and I think West Ham's strength plays into Leeds' strength. which is the space down the flank, like Demodria said. They like to they like to come down the flanks and leave a lot of space in behind. And I think Leeds is going to use up that place, especially because Calvin Phillips is now back in this team and playing well. It will be interesting to see who they play in the center if Bramford is not playing to score the goals. But I think they are going
I
to
think the more than likely
hurt.
are Kenny Roberts.
Yeah, I think they're going to hurt West Ham because West Ham use Kofal. I mean, if you play all of this aerial ball and try set plays, you're going to lose against West Ham. They are very good. They have tall centre backs. But the wing backs, what's his name? Oh my God, please, Bowen. Like he loves to go forward, but he's not fast getting back. Jared Bowen. I think
Bowen is
He's not
not
a
a
wing
wing
that's
back,
back,
what.
man.
boss.
No
That man
man,
is a
let me
winger.
let me finish now, man. I know that he's not a wing back.
When you
Didn't
said
say
wing back,
I know that Jared Bowen is not a wing back. Doesn't he play on the flank, sir?
but
Does
Yeah,
he
it
play on
does,
the
but no.
all
I'm
right?
just
So
no.
yeah, man, yeah, man,
Initially said the wing back.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm
So I
correcting you.
spoke about the wing backs already. So I'm coming up
Mm.
now with Jared Bowen. A lot of their play it comes through Jared Bowen going down and getting balls to cut back. He uses his pace a lot for the West Ham. And is what's the other guy? Oh
Who,
jeez,
Benrahma?
not Benrahma. I think his name is
Fornals?
F. Right. Both of these guys do a lot of work for West Ham. The thing is, this is where Leeds is strong. And if you're not going to beat them inside, it's going to be hard for you to beat them. So I am picking Leeds to win because what West Ham is going to use as their strength going to make them vulnerable to a Leeds team. I think this is the perfect matchup for Leeds at home. And West Ham,
Okay.
I think this is going to be West Ham downfall. I think they lose this game.
Okay.
Mr. Host, right? Mr. Host, I think we need to implement something when Kems chooses a different option than the other analysts, and Kems come out victorious. I think I need a prize for that or something. Just think about it, okay?
Okay, boss. I'm pretty sure you heard that.
Yes, I need
The
a, I need
producer.
I need some merch. I need some merch, some sports frenzy merch. All right,
Say less. They'll be hot next month, man. Say
all
less.
right, all right.
But for the next match, I don't really want any um long breaking down. I just want to score them prediction. We'll see. Watford taking on Newcastle. Both teams are two yo-yo teams this week. They're good next week. They're flop. Mannings, man, scoreline for this one.
Watford 1, Newcastle 2.
Okay. Kems,
2-1 Newcastle.
Demo.
1-1 draw.
Okay, and I'm going to stick with you for this one. Demo. Tomorrow in the late game at 11:30 a.m., we'll see Brentford taking on Liverpool, a team that we keep on talking about that they have an identity. Liverpool has started off the season well. A lot of people have them as the least likely team to actually win the title. That's what people say, but have them up there because they've gotten bad players from injury and all of that, so you have to factor in those things. No, what you say this one going tomorrow, Demo?
I expect an easy victory for Liverpool in this game. I think that we are just too strong. I'm going to go for a 3-0 victory. My only concern, my only concern is, the thing about Klopp and picking his favorites and stuff like that. Obviously, we lost Navigator through injury. Him kick the grass, and obviously Navigator can't survive kicking the grass. And he got hurt. He's out. Thiago is also out. Trent comes back, and obviously having the best right back in the world helps. And the thing for me is when you're going to play a team like Brentford, if it's not a Man City or one of them teams, the way how Simicas has started the season, he should play a left back for me. We now play City or Chelsea or one of them teams. For me, Simicas is just better going forward in terms of his crossing and his passing is just a little bit better than Roberts. In my eyes, people have cuss me. I don't really care. But Roberts is overall the best left back in the world. I just think that Simicas is just better at passing the ball and crossing the ball against these teams. And so for me, he's supposed to start. And I just think that, all the other guys will be coming back. Salah, and I think Curtis Jones will start this game because of the midfield options that man worse than glass. because of the midfield options that we have out at the moment. So expect an easy victory. I don't think Ivan Tony and his name Mbuma, I don't know if pronouncing it.
Bueno.
Mbuemo. I don't think they'll cause Van Dijk and Matip any problems that they can't handle, and I think this will be a comfortable 3-0 victory, 3-1 victory for Liverpool.
Okay, Mr. Barrington.
I agree with Demo. Only thing different scoreline. I don't think Brentford will be scoring. I think this is a walk in the park. Easy like Sunday morning. Yeah, obviously I've spoke about Brentford many times that they have an identity, they know what they want to do, but sometimes, as I said, these teams they have ceiling. No matter how well you try to play, you just can't go another level. And playing against Liverpool, championship quality team, championship coach, championship roster. Brentford has zero chance. So I think it's a 3-0 easy wipe the floor Liverpool. They could probably score 5 or 6 if they want, but it'll be an easy 3-0 victory.
Okay, Mannings, man.
Yeah, 3-0 to Liverpool. They take off some of their better players in the 60th minute to rest them for their Champions League game.
Mannings, man, I know that you're not a gambler, but can you give me the number for the lotto ticket? Go as far as predict when the money taking off them. But
Yeah, I mean, Chris, Ivan Phoney not going to do anything.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
IQ Sports. So currently Brentford are getting $6.50 to win. You ask for the odds of Brentford winning, so that is the odds for them winning. They are big odds, man. For some reason, I don't know why, but probably at 10% of my brain I said that game I go in a draw still. I don't know why I get that vibe, but 10% of my brain I say 1-1 draw, but Liverpool superior in quality. Let's see how this one go. Next up on Sunday, we'll see Southampton taking on Wolves at 8 a.m. I just want to score line for this one because, again, these are two topsy-turvy team this week. They are good next week. They are not just like Wolves. Wolves tend to play good football, but, boy, in terms of someone to finish off those chances, there's no one. Mannings, man, you always
Well, you
spoke
guys,
about
you guys tell me about the big forward at Wolves scoring all the goals.
but,
The one look like an iron balloon, brother. The man can't bust the net. Okay.
so what are you implying, Mannings, man? That an
Brethren,
amateur is just like Marshall winning the 9 and can't fire the 9.
brethren, the man can't score. Like, seriously, like, listen, the good season he was having, he wasn't even scoring when all of these clubs, and they watched him the season after that, and they must have been laughing. What a good thing. We never spend my money on this, and this, and this shine balloon. The man is like a big shine balloon, brother.
What is the easiest?
No, it's true. Unless they get Jimenez to start scoring, Wolves are going to struggle. They have, I mean, they have always been a team they have good build-up play. They have some good centre backs with Connor Cody and Bolly and I mean Sayes. They have some very good defenders. All right, good midfielders. But Wolves only looks well when they are scoring, and unless they can and they don't, I feel like because Raúl Jimenez he has this thing on his head, so I figure that um he has some problems. Maybe he's still fearful of getting into certain tackles because of that injury, and they just bought a new footballer, and he got injured in the cup as well, so he's going to be out. One of the new
Mosquera.
signings, yeah, he's going to be out. So I don't. I think they probably need to make Adama Traore a super sub or something. But I don't.
All right. All right. I
Mannings,
got
man.
something to
Hold
say.
on there, Kims. Mannings, man, remember the comment that I made on your podcast yesterday that Duki need to go down to bat and have a bath? Probably Adama Traore need to do the same because this one has been very sad,
Yeah,
man. I've
and
seen him
I'm
rattle the
telling you,
post on
yeah,
many
man.
occasions.
Last week he put. Listen, very good. But you know what? The thing with Southampton, is that Southampton is one of these teams. Even look when they played against, I think Manchester United, Southampton is one of
City
those
as well.
teams, and City. They have these performances in them that they can, and then the next week they will get six.
True.
So they are so unpredictable. You
True.
understand me? But I am. I trust them more. Too unpredictable team, but I don't trust Iron Balloon. My faith is in Southampton. I don't
Kim,
trust.
go ahead.
Mannings man take away the whole thing after the man say more the scoreline. But I think Wolves will win. Wolves will win this game. I have it 3-1, and I have Iron Balloon getting a brace. All right, he's gonna get a brace. So I have Iron Balloon with a brace. 3-1.
Okay, Demo.
Yeah, Southampton have drawn a lot of games. If you check them fixtures, they've drawn a lot of games, and I guess they've drawn games that they weren't even expected to get a point out of. I also think that this game will end in a draw. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw as well.
All right, so before I move on to the next fixture, which is the London Derby, Kim's your prediction. I never expected you to do much different because remember that you have Southampton going down, so your prediction was quite predictable. But
But you know, so Wolves has been a very unlucky team. Probably the most
Southampton
unlucky
just the
team.
same. Southampton has been unlucky.
No, unlucky or just not good. Which one?
What do you mean not good? We're Southampton then at the table. Like Southampton, I think them probably lose like 2 games, 1 game. They've drawn a lot of games and them fixtures never kind. City.
All right, so Demo, actually you're wrong. It's not 2. They have only lost once.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're in 15th place and Wolves are in 16th place.
I'm saying, what are Southampton's fixtures that they play? They play against City, Man U,
United.
and they've drawn those games. They never expect to draw them games.
Okay.
Also West Ham. Remember that West Ham was in
Exactly, West Ham.
So Kems, boy, not looking good for you. But
Hey, if you want, every day me you tell me say you want a rich level on it. If you want rich, bet your bank account on Wolves to win the game and Adama Traore.
So hold on. Kim, so if I bet my bank account on that game and I should lose, are you going to refund me my money?
Well, I don't have as much money as you, but I'll give you.
Boss,
I can give you a fraction.
Oi. We're talking about money. You talk about Kims, but
I'll give you.
remember that
I'll give you a fraction.
remember that you're eating husband and boss man. So remember that you have the money. But it's more.
Yeah, the truth is.
Hey, clear it up. I'm not the one of the transgressions. All right, I'm the clean husband, not the transgression.
But Mannings man, Sunday we'll see your team taking on Tottenham, a team that you hate. I know that Arsenal fans don't like a bone over there by the Hotspur Stadium. Now you kinda seemingly start to hit a stride. That's what now? 3 games on the track that you have won?
Yes, sir.
So you think that the momentum will continue
without conceding. That's what Kems is talking about. Clean sheet.
But listen, Mannings man. What I want you to do tonight is just remove the Arsenal Mannings man out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
We want to see the analytical, I am
Definitely.
sure Mannings man.
That was the plan.
Okay, go ahead.
So hey, Demo, sorry, what happened to your finger, man?
No, it's fractured, boss. Continue to talk about the game.
Some cricket figure trying to catch the ball this time and it broke a finger. Just check it. All right. So let's get to Arsenal. Spurs has only defeated us twice in our history at home in the North London Derby. All right, 2 times. So history is on our side. Spurs is also they have lost a couple of games. I know the game against Wolves in the League Cup was a drawn game. I know they won in the Conference League. So they have also had like several games playing players and stuff, which I think is going to have some wear and tear on them. And they have what they call it, I don't even know the name of it. I think it's called the Conference League. They have those games coming up as well. All right.
Mannings man, or are you supposed to not know the name of the cup that was made for you that you never qualified for?
Made for me?
Yes, Arsenal. That cup was made for Arsenal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought that much. But carry on.
So there you go. Thank you so much. I cannot recall a cup being made for me. FA Cup is mine. FA Cup is really what is FA Cup
Continue,
belongs to
continue,
Arsenal.
Mannings,
So
continue.
let's continue. So history is not on Tottenham's side, and recent form is not on their side as well,
Okay.
because you know, the string of game they have lost 3 games. They have some injuries as well. The Arsenal team is also looking better. Um, Thomas Partey coming back, looking good. Still not yet at his best, but looking good. The new guy, the Tamiyasu, the
Bala.
Japanese, very
Bala.
right. I think he has surprised many persons. He's looking good. Gabriel coming back in central defense has
Bala.
helped. The fact that Arteta, because we made a big mistake when we kind of allowed Emi Martinez to leave and kept Bernd Leno. So I am glad to see that he has now chosen to sign a new goalkeeper and was bold enough to put that goalkeeper in. And I hope that he continues with this tomorrow, because I think that's a very good core. I think Odegaard also is looking well.
Mm-hmm.
Kane is one of those James Madison kind of players right now. Wanted to leave, didn't leave, and he has not looked. Honestly, he has not looked the same.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like he's playing them. He's playing in a way to frustrate the ownership. To me, it just. But this is an North London derby, and he always scores against Arsenal. So there's that part of me that is weird against. But I think Arsenal is doing better now, and I see this being a 2-1 win for Arsenal, because I don't think Kane is in it. I think
Mm-hmm.
Kane is out in terms of play. Song is just returning from injury. He
Good
played in
man.
the week. Um, but like some of those things, Nuno, even at Wolves last season when we played Wolves, the games we outplayed Wolves, and then when David Luiz, you know, blew at the gentleman, he got a red card, and that's all. So we always Arsenal always outplay the Wolves side and win, and so I could see us, yeah,
Okay.
see us winning.
Kems.
All right. So I have a couple stats for you guys, and these stats are real stats, right? So Alexander Krapazet, right? This man is looking to score um 4 consecutive times against Tottenham at home, right? Don't know if he'll start. If he start, that's good. But also on the flip side right now, Harry Kane, the last time he played against Arsenal, he didn't score, and he has never gone 2 consecutive games without scoring against a rival, right? So, and then Arsenal has scored in I think it was the stat said like 22 straight Premier League game at home against Tottenham, right? So these are some really interesting things. But with that being said, I think Nuno is going to make another history tomorrow, because I think there was another stat that said that a new Spurs manager to take over the London Derby. I think it was only one manager ever win their first game, right? So Nuno want to jump in that company, and I think Spurs will come out, and because when Spurs play against Chelsea, who is much more superior than Arsenal, you know, as you said, Levon, in the first half, Tottenham gave them fits, and that was without Son, right?
He was.
Oh, he was there. Okay. Yeah. I know him come back play midweek, feeling good. And when him see Ben White round, you see, like you tell me, oh, Lukaku go and search for Aki. Yeah. This is son go and search for Ben White. And it's going to be barbecue chicken. And don't get me, Mannings, man, I have to ask you about that number 10 ball. Him score against the little Curry Goat side in midweek, score against the little Curry Goat side, but in Premier League action, that baller has been non-existent. You know who me attack? Has disappeared. Has not him. He looked like a James Madison to me in the Premier League, right? So I believe that Harry Kane will come alive in this London
Let me.
derby. Hold on, I'm not. Hey, I'm not finished as yet. Wait until have some manners. Wait till I'm finished, right? And I think
You should have tell him, man, we are debate that.
Uppercut.
Hey, but but uh, yeah, but yeah. So I think Tottenham will win this game. I think Harry Kane will get on the score sheet. Obviously, I think Son will score as well. So all the betters out there, Tottenham to win and Harry Kane to score.
Okay, I was just going to say to you, Emil Smith-Rowe is a 20-year-old player who this is, and he started. Remember, he started out the season being injured, and have been playing with an injury. He had a good. In fact, he was the one. Kems, let me just give you some context. He was the one who really, when he came into the Arsenal team in January of the season, Arsenal moved from out of the bottom half all the way up. Because remember, Arsenal was really down in the relegation. When Emil Smith Rowe started, we ended up in the last part of the season accumulating the most points, with the exception, I think, of Chelsea and one other team.
United.
When
United,
Manningsman,
because well, hold on, because of the inclusion of Emil Smith-Rowe. If you check his assists from there, he ranks up there with some of the best in the league. Started out
Okay.
the season with an injury, so be careful. He's a 20-year-old. So when you're
understood.
measuring things, measure it in that.
Most
So
definitely.
that's the
But
name. That's the name of the number 20. Emil Smith-Rowe.
understood, right?
Number 10, sorry.
Understood, right, Manningsman? But you were also the same one when I was mentioning something about Man City from last season. You were the same one who told me say you don't want to hear nothing from last season. So same thing for me. I don't want to hear nothing.
Okay.
I'm talking about this season. So
So,
I'm just
so
saying
this
that.
season,
Hold
how
on,
many games
hold on,
have he started in this season?
hold on, Chief. Hold on, Chief. Hold on, Chief. This season, I hear that this man take the number 10. I hear this man is going to be the most influential player at Arsenal. I'm telling you what I hear. Not necessarily from you, but Arsenal fans. This man is going to take over the league by storm. This man better than Bruno. All those things I've heard, right? So I'm just saying no.
Oh,
So
so this is
far,
that's what I mean. This is not the place for the conversation too. Wherever you heard, whichever rumbar you hear that thing, go back there already. You never hear it here, so let's move on.
But Demo,
Yeah,
you have heard these guys, and Kim said that tomorrow the sun shall be, well, not tomorrow, Sunday the sun shall be heating rice. White rice, that is. Do you
this
agree?
man from barbecue chicken.
I have to say that I agree with Manningsman on this one. I think Arsenal will win this game. I think that because of the derby, I think they will turn up, especially at home. I think their form has shifted, not conceding goals. And I think that with Gabriel, I told you guys when Gabriel starts, like it's just going to be different. I think he's a monster in the back for them. And Harry Kane just doesn't look the same. I know he might turn up for a derby, who knows? But he just doesn't look the same. And for me, Arsenal, they're going to win this game. I think it's going to be a 2-1 to Arsenal. It's going to be a high energy game, and I think they're going to win.
Okay.
So Demo, let me ask you a quick question. So you said that Arsenal's form has shifted. They have played against Norwich, Burnley, and I don't. What the team? The name was it?
We come,
What the
we
team? The
come,
name?
we come, we come.
No,
FC
Wimbledon.
Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Wimbledon.
Also,
FC
Yeah, man,
FC
Wimbledon.
Wimbledon.
Yeah, Wimbledon.
Which is a London
They
team.
played. Okay. What you telling me is a London team for? When they expect to lose to them, Mannings man, you better stop this
ask the
foolishness.
question.
Sir.
Shoot
Yeah.
a shot.
So Demo, what I'm asking you, they've played Norwich, Burnley, and this Wimbledon team, and they won those 3 games. So are you saying that? Are you impressed with Arsenal for winning those 3 games? Because I hear you say the form has shifted, like those teams are on the same level as a Tottenham team. I'm
No,
just trying to understand the
no.
context.
I said that their form has shifted because their form has shifted. They were losing games, and now they're not losing games. And for me, while everybody here agree that Wolves has been one of the unlucky teams, I think that Spurs has been one of the luckier teams because they have not been playing any football. They have been crappy for a lot of the games that they have
Now it's on that first
won.
half against Chelsea.
Exactly. They have survived some games that they're not even supposed to win. And for me, the shifting form of Arsenal, regardless of who them play, means that they're on the upturn. And I don't see Tottenham getting through against in a derby playing like that. How them been playing for the
All right,
last.
Kims, look at this though, Kims.
Yeah.
I heard what you said about them playing Norwich and whoever they have played since then. Remember what we as United fans normally beat United for? Remember we dropped points against Sheffield United and those teams? Come on, man. It's who it's who is put in front of you have to beat. So you have to just say, yeah, their form has turned because remember that they lost around 3 or 4 games in a row, so and they have 1 or 3 now in a row. So either way, it doesn't matter who they played, they got the W's, and that's what counts.
No, Levon, it was actually like it wasn't like no trolling or nothing. It was really like a genuine question. I just really wanted his take.
Really?
It was a
That's
genuine
a
question.
that's a genuine question.
Man, on your side, no good, brother. Don't season, no
Like,
man.
listen, how is it going to
See,
be a genuine? Listen, the man said the form is shifting. If they're not going to measure the shifting of the form against who they play, how is it going to be a genuine question?
well, so where the genuine
So
coming
because
to from?
yeah, because what I'm saying to you is that if I'm measuring a team shifting form, I have to measure it against who they play, regardless of who those opponents are. The form is shifting.
Yes.
So how can it be a
Yes.
genuine question?
All right. Well, so let me tell you how the genuine question. And I know when we talk about Arsenal, they get a little bit jittery and kinky. So just calm down a little bit, right? So what I'm saying, if Arsenal had played at Chelsea and at Liverpool and got 6 points from those games versus playing Norwich and Burnley, then I bet a bigger argument would be made about Arsenal if they beat a Chelsea and a Liverpool and a Manchester United. So I was just
I see.
asking
Oh,
Demo.
that's different. All right,
I
so
see where you're coming
let
from.
me flip the question. If Arsenal started out the season, they defeated Norwich, defeated Burnley, and then they lost to Chelsea, they lost to City, and
Mhm.
they lost to Spurs.
Okay.
Would you say that their form is shifting?
I would say the same thing what you are saying about Manchester United that we only get easy teams to play and we get the
No,
easy part of the schedule. That's
no. The
that's what
point
I
that
would
what I'm saying to you though, that it is still shifting form. It don't
understood.
matter how you flip it, the form
Under,
is still shifting. One in a
understood, but
positive way, one in a negative way. It don't matter.
understood,
Okay.
understood,
So, Kims,
management.
I
But
understand where you're coming from. So, you're saying that when United beat these teams, you hear that it's this small team, that small team, and all that. While when
eh,
Arsenal beat them, you hear that,
I hear
oh, it's this and that.
form.
Yeah, I see what
That's
you're
it.
saying.
So I was just
That's
But
asking
I don't
Demo.
understand, you know what was funny? Like years ago, people used to complain that is only, look who beat Arsenal. People used to say that. Look who beat
yeah, true,
Arsenal when
true,
we were
true.
finishing fourth. Look who beat the bottom of the table team beat it. Now you're beating bottom of the table team. I
But
mean,
at the end of the day, a win is a win. That's what I
there
have
it
to say.
goes.
A win is a win. No matter where it come, a win is a win, and it's 3 points. So let's move on to the final game of this match week, which will be Crystal Palace taking on Brighton. Crystal Palace has somewhat started to play some football. They got wall up last weekend, even though, to be honest, they never played badly against Liverpool. They had opportunities, and boy, because of faulty finishing, which has haunted them for years. I don't know why the coach persisted with starting Benteke because, well, probably he was thinking that, oh, this man has scored against Liverpool before, so probably that streak will continue, but it wasn't to be. And they end up getting a three-piece without any fries. But take on a Brighton team that has looked so good so far this season. They are now on what 12 points, and it has been a blessing for them since they let go Ben White, and it doesn't seem as if they miss him any at all. So
Ben,
that being said,
ben,
I just want a scoreline for from all of you guys. So Mannings, man, let's start with you. Scoreline.
Hey, listen, Brighton different CDM says that he's the best CDM in the entire Premier League.
Bala.
So,
baller,
and he says,
baller.
listen, this year I'm going to prove that to everybody. So I'm going Brighton to win just because of the boldness of Ice Besuma. He has put himself out there. So he's going to, and I just love Brighton. I don't know why. I love Mope. I mean, I
The
just
coach,
love
man, the coach, the
I just love
coach.
how they
Just say
play. I
the
just love how
coach.
they play. I think you know what? I think that coach would be a good coach to take over Manchester United.
Arsenal as well. Any team that he goes,
Arsenal, yeah, very good coach.
good
I
coach,
like
man.
it.
I'm not going to lie, he's a good coach.
Yeah. So
Demo.
Brighton to win.
Yeah, I know you just on the scoreline. I think that Basuma and Gallagher battle is going to be pivotal in this game because Gallagher started like a house on fire.
Understand.
Like the man just impressed me each game after each game. But obviously the Lalana bias are gonna take me there, and obviously Brighton playing better better football. And with the return of Tariq Lamptey, I doubt he's going to start, but I know he was playing in the cup
Yeah, man,
game.
he started the cup game.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if he's gonna start the Prem game though. But I mean, he started in the cup, and Lamptey playing right back, boys, are only a plus for Brighton. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go Brighton to win this game 3-1.
Good point, Ademo, because I'm looking at it now and I'm saying that just check it. Cucurella on one side, Lamptey on the other. Oh God, man, crosses for ages. But Kims, Bisuma's basically marketed himself. He has put himself in the market because, as he said, Champions League is where I really want to play. So he has no like people start taking notice of him for who hadn't taken notice. So that in mind, they think that Brighton will get one over Crystal Palace tomorrow.
Alright, so I'm going on my demo mode now. Well, guys, I think this one will end up in a draw. I think it, I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be a draw. 1-1 draw.
Okay. All right, we're going to shift our focus from EPL because we know that it's not just EPL that people are interested in because we have people out there that are not fans of EPL. So let's take a quick glance over at La Liga, where I don't even want to talk about that side that has just been disappointing. Let's talk about brighter days where Real Madrid has looked they have looked so good so far. It seems like Ancelotti has told them, say, hey, let's go out there and play a ball game, man. These men are scoring goals for fun. And I say for a mean man like Karim Benzema, he has played what 5 games and has like 8 goals, 7 assists. I also have that Brazilian that man looked like a wild horse from a couple seasons ago, but this season he looked like a baller. And I'm talking about Vinicius Jr. It seems like he has caught some sort of form and he looked very good so far this season. And even the midfield that was aging and all of that, now you see that they're trying to integrate Kamavinga, who is another very good player, along with Fede Valverde and all those guys. So Real Madrid has started the season well. Kims, you think that this will be the season for them that they can topple Atletico for that title?
Well, right now, right now, it look like at the start of the season when we were making our predictions, we say obviously Atletico won last season, so they're going to come back and win. But you know, Carlo has these offensively. Carlo has these boys playing at another level. Everyone is integrated. Everybody look interested. Everyone is hungry. The team is playing together. The defense, the midfield, the forward is connected. However, on the defensive side of the ball, they definitely have to improve. They definitely have to improve because when they play a team like Atletico, a stingy team like Atletico, when the goals are not coming as fluently as they are now,
Stick up
they have
in.
to be.
Stick up in. Atletico is not stingy this season. They have let up some sloppy goals so far. So remove that from Atletico as well.
When Atletico play Real Madrid, I believe they'll be very. I believe there will be a stingy, tough game. But um, I think Real Madrid, that Camavinga guy, who me beg, Ole, please grab him, please, Ole never listen, and him go Real Madrid, and you can see it as soon as him dropping at the side, you can just see the difference to the ball I play. So, Real Madrid right now, I believe is the team to beat. Playing the most impressive football. Atletico still seem like they're still sleeping. Griezmann go over there, coming like him bringing Barcelona jinx over there because I don't know what he's doing over there. What your boy name again, Felix? I don't know what he's doing over there in Atletico as well. So
If he
Real
was
Madrid.
if he was an English player, they would beat him to
Oh,
sickness.
what? Our Demo would have come beat him to sickness if he was an English player. But I definitely think that Real Madrid is right now, playing the best football in the Spanish league. And for all the betters, always over 3.5 when they bet Madrid because they're scoring that much goals right now.
And they are conceded.
Yes, exactly. And I thought when Carlo was at Everton, I said, boy, Carlo is really winding down, But it shows that when you have a advance in quality players, you see the difference. 'Cause you can be a great as a coach, but you need the players as well to match the system. So,
True.
Real Madrid good so far. So let's see if they can keep it up.
Okay. Dimo, when I look at Karim Benzema, since he has basically become the man at Real Madrid, it seems like he has reached and it's like he has topped it up another notch. This man has been superb in all aspect of the word itself. What you would like to say about him?
I mean, I don't think people have ever doubted Benzema's talent and goal scoring ability. And he was Firmino before there was Firmino in terms of playing that nine that comes back and hold up the ball and get people into play and go, well, false nine if you want to call it that. And he's probably the best one I've seen. And this season, being the man, yeah, he's just gone up a next level, as you said there. Like, just the way how him integrate play and then go back. I mean, if Firmino was like that and just finish off the chat, he's just an extremely good finisher. And even though he's involved with play all around, he still gets back into the box to finish. He's scoring all sort of goals as well. And you can't keep him out of the goals right now. You know, him and Lewandowski on top of them game right now, and probably would have edged it to Benzema over Lewandowski right now as a nine. I mean, Suarez is still there, obviously, but would have edged it to Benzema right now over Lewandowski, because he's just on fire right now.
Okay. Now, Mannings, now we look at a team that has been very disappointing. And when I say disappointing, I mean, I dislike this team. I'm talking about Barcelona, because you're not a betting man, but every now and then I might just drop in with a bet, and this team has disappointed me in like 3 weeks straight right now. Don't score, don't know where the goal is, and it's a team that gives our take. And it just seems like a team that is going through the motions, like they look lethargic and interested, and you can't see any sort of pattern with this team. And you know what's the worst part about it? The other day, Ronald Koeman came out and said that he gave Barcelona an identity. And since he has made that comment, it's just gone downhill for them. And that flop, Felipe Coutinho. Oh boy. Well, Mannings, what do you have to say about Barcelona?
All right. So Barcelona, in some way, reminds me of what Manchester United went through after Sir Alex Ferguson, and then the Scholes and the Wayne Rooney and Fernandez, all of those players left, and they never had any proper replacement plan in place. So Barcelona has lost. Let's look at Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, critical to their play, and whomever they had several different coaches over the time, but like Coleman was brought in like as a stopgap coach, almost like a David Moyes who to solve some problems. Marquio, he got Depay, who is a good player, but really and truly, is Barcelona? I don't think Barcelona is better than a fourth place team in La Liga right now, based on the squad that they have. When I look at it, they have some good players and stuff.
Generous.
Huh?
They're generous to give them
generous.
fourth.
Well, not better than fourth. Like there are at least 4 teams in there that are better than them in terms of squad right now and coach. All right, and that is because I felt like I feel like they have not prepared for any sort of transition. Bad management. Like you could have made some money off Messi. You chose not to, and you still didn't replace him. You,
Can't.
you, well, or all I'm saying is that like Manchester United cannot replace Scholes, but you can find other pieces that can give you what he gave you. Right? They have not done that, and I think this is the same thing happened to Arsenal. Arsene Wenger left, and once that crop of players, the Invincibles, there's no transition. It happened to Liverpool, and it hurts me. Like the only team that I see, and maybe it's because of money, is Chelsea, because Chelsea don't wait until you get old. Chelsea change you out after 2 years, and that's because they change the coach after 2 years most times, and they change some core players after 2 years. Maybe because they have money. I don't know what the structure is in some of these clubs.
You know, I don't think it comes down to money though. I
What
think it comes down to the owner and what he wants. This man is a no-nonsense type of businessman. So once he sees fit that, hey, you're not going anywhere, we're not going anywhere with you, through the door. Because remember that clubs like United, Liverpool, Arsenal, they all have money. However, in terms of that man at the top of the chain that says they're a no-nonsense type of person, that's what these clubs lack.
Yeah, so that is the thing with Barcelona. So I don't know if Barcelona are going to recover, like for the next 2 or 3 years. They have to because they're in so much debt as well. Like, they're not going to win anything. They don't have anybody pulling any resources into the club. I'm very sure that nobody wants the players. I mean, how many players at Barcelona? How many players at Barcelona right now? Demo, who do you buy to come and play at Liverpool?
Me? Definitely taking Pedri. I'm definitely taking Memphis Depay.
Yeah, man. you see that youngster Gavi? Give me Gavi every day of the week, man.
Eh,
Talent.
they have talented youngsters, man.
They have talented
Youngsters.
youngsters, Mannings. They do. But
Yeah, no, but I mean, Memphis Depay was at Manchester United. Good player,
there you go.
really. Like I'm saying, I told people the day that Memphis Depay left Manchester United, don't want to get into it, that this player is going to embarrass the person who sold him. It took some time, but I think the person who sold him must
But
be.
Mannings, man,
But, but
the producer was in the background saying that the thing with Barcelona is that they have talented young players. However, these players are not matured enough to actually play and put Barcelona on the map as they want to be right now. So, as I said, it will be a process. They have the wrong man at helm because definitely Ronald Koeman cannot guard these players. The man that they keep on asking, well, they reach out to multiple times is Xavi Hernandez, the same man that they lost.
exactly.
He's been coaching a team over there in Qatar, and they reached out to him before, and he basically said, no, he's not ready for that. But Laporta is adamant that he needs this man in the setup, and he's going to keep on going after him until they get him. Because I believe, personally, for me, I think within, let's see,
Let me tell you, you remember
next month, Koeman
you
is
remember
gone.
the young players? Let me say this again. Try and remember the young players that were left at Manchester United when Sir Alex Ferguson left.
A lot of them
And-
are garbage.
Really?
Yeah,
Even when-
personally,
after-
study youth
All right,
football.
all right. Fine. Maybe they're not as good as a Barcelona player. Then you had David Moyes. Then what's Louis van Gaal? A lot of the players that came in through. All I'm saying, is that Barcelona may go. Remember, and I'll tell this because Arsenal had the same problem with all of these youngsters. Oh, we had Oxen, we had and what's his name, Jack Wilshere, Theo Walcott. They're going to build this young British core, brethren, and they kept same thing Liverpool had, same thing in Manchester United, and I think Barcelona is experiencing the same thing. One thing I must say about Real Madrid, they always find a way to buy players to keep what they do going. I don't know what the management structure is, but Barcelona looks like it's like the Premier League teams, the top Premier League teams, with the exception of.
But let's
Boss.
be frank.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, but just can't understand how Barcelona get to this point. Bringing on Gerard Piqué as a forward, for win a game. Gerard Piqué, the man never a play and then they put him up. Yes, he come off of the bench to play as a forward, brother.
Even what was it? Was it 62 crosses into the box?
You go by Luke De Jong. Like, Braithwaite or like, man, understand how Barcelona get to this, brother. Like, me don't know. And
I
me
know.
feel
It got to this time they bought Braithwaite.
at the Coutinho over, brother. Coutinho for stay at Liverpool and get a statue, and that's it. Him go there so, and then Obe just pick them. That's it. It's crazy.
But the thing is that they're not giving them game time because that was
Barcelona bought Braithwaite, brother. Braithwaite.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You remember what happened when Barcelona bought Braithwaite? Everybody in the world was surprised.
Yep. But you ask why they reach this, but you don't have to really ask why now, because if you're going to spend a plethora of money on Felipe Coutinho, it hasn't worked out, obviously. You spend that same amount on Ousmane Dembele, who his favorite place is in the hospital,
Griezmann.
and you spent a wealth of money on Antoine Griezmann, who, boy, Atletico was very smart with that.
Even
They sold him for a big money, and you know what Atletico can do? He plays 50% of Atletico games this season. They'll just spend back 40 million on him. So big business that by Atletico. So they spent a lot of money on these people, and it just hasn't worked out. And another thing that hasn't worked for them is that their brightest prospect in Ansu Fati went down injured, and since then, so was their chances. But he'll be back soon. But again, Ronald Koeman is not the man to lead these players.
But Koeman was doing so well with Netherlands. Like, what? I don't understand.
That's a national team versus club football. It's just like Louis van Gaal. Louis van Gaal was crap for Manchester United, and you saw what he did with the Dutch team. And look what he has started so far with them. So some coaches are better as international coaches than club coaches. Where as a club coach, so you have to be seeing the day out running after the club and all that. While as a national team, say total different kettle of fish. But let's quickly look across over to Italy, where Napoli has started the season on fire. They have won all 5 of the games so far, and boy, I would love if they go on to win this title because I don't want Mourinho anywhere near that title. I don't want Juventus to win that title, so I'd love if Napoli actually claim this title again. And they haven't done so in what, like 20 odd years, so it would be something to be able to see them do this. But I'm going to reach a point where we have to going to call it a night on the show. So before I go, I'm just going to give you guys the 30 seconds as per usual. So I'm going to start with Manningsman. Your 30 starts right now.
My 30. Listen, people. It's Sports Frenzy. You don't have to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, tell you that. Alright? We all stop up on radio, because you understand me? Because I want to listen to Sports Frenzy. So
Right.
I on my channel, I big up Sports Frenzy. And the
I
channel
know.
I go up
I
and
can
me tell
attest to
people
that.
about Sports Frenzy.
Facts.
People, this in our earth, if you put on a thumb on the subscribe button, brethren. A full people don't subscribe to things. Because subscription not hurt you. Go subscribe. Or we go prescribe medicine for you. Go subscribe to the channel. That's how I
With that being said, before I move on to Devo and Kems, in the same breath, guys, just go over to I Am Sure Sports and give Management the support as well. Because the thing is that we're in this all together and a pie is there for everybody to get a slice of. So I'm not going to view it from a standpoint to say, hey, Management is going to take away my followers. No, everybody is here to eat a piece of the pie. So if you support Manningsman, you're going to come back to me. If you're a Manningsman fan, you're going to go back to him whenever he has a show. So it's just vice versa. That's how it goes on social media. But Demo, you're 30.
So my thing is Jamaica plays soon, and as Levan just mentioned, go over to I Am Sure for real. I'm taking him 4-2-3-1 plan or 4-3-2-1 plan. Forget the reggae boy some
Crazy.
funds. No man, forget the reggae boy some funds in terms of buying tickets and stuff like that. And trust me, the man are put in some hard work for the reggae boys, and we all want to see the reggae boys make it to the World Cup. So we are prepared for that. I don't remember if it's the 15, whenever it starts. Um, whenever we play those games, we look forward and support the reggae boys. And also, the T20 World Cup begins soon. So West Indies favorites, big up on yourself.
Kems, them bench a big cricket up on his birthday. What kind of idiot thing that?
We're not getting into no IPL talk.
All
Just
right,
relax.
before I get over to Kems, here's Pine Action in the comment section saying that if y'all don't subscribe, I'm coming to y'all house and take y'all internet and electricity. Here is where it's at. But Kems, you're 30.
All right. So, as management, so make sure to subscribe to the thing, so we can all grow. But tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. Jamaica time, 6:30
Yo,
a.m.
6:30 a.m. Jamaica time.
Oh, really? Why
Yeah.
am I? Why my clock a show me 6:30? I'm in there, Jamaica. But anyway, uh, Manchester United will seek to put on a clinic against Aston Villa. Ensure that by Manchester United to win and over 2.5. All
Wow.
right.
Ensure
When
the
you
And
guys,
Jamaican people, I mean,
hold on. You guys actually really take your money and like you really bet for real? Or is
yeah,
it joke?
Mannings man, why do you think we'll be here telling
management
these
and
people
they
to do
are
this?
running for me 30 seconds. So I need 45 more. A joke. But anyway, and remember, guys, the NFL this weekend, there's a lot of games on it. I'll let Levon post the pics. Come on, guys, Christmas is coming. Girlfriend need her gift. Don't make draw put in the work. All right, guys. Thank you.
And I'll just end this by saying thanks to our producer Josh Carlo makes this possible. Thanks to our viewers, first time viewers, regular viewers. You're all the one that makes us keep on going every night. And just remember, guys, as I always say, there are a lot of sporting action going on. Kim just spoke about NFL. Football is going on tomorrow morning. IPL is going on. I can't see why you're not going to watch some sports. Just watch on sports and come right here, come talk with us. Once again, thanks to Manningsman for passing through. Thanks to Demo. Thanks to Kems. Until next time, which will more likely be Monday. Stay safe. Peace out. Have a blessed weekend.